Hey everybody, it's CBullet here, and today I'm going to be looking at a skin called New Retro Wave by Mira Mira Me. Let's get started. Entering the song selection screen, I'm immediately swept off my feet, only to be quickly set back down again by a very annoying error. The Osu cookie has the word Osu completely cut off on the U. Now instead we just have OSL. Is the skin creator trying to give me an L? Take it back. Jokes aside, the song selection screen is well made. The theme is consistent and very clear about what it wants to be. The main problem I have here, which will show as a consistent issue throughout this review, is how difficult it is to read the main font in this skin. Without prior context of what the mode and mods button actually mean, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the two without actually looking for one. I would solve this issue by trying to aim for something closer to the neon lights. Using glow that has a very similar shade to the original text for font this condensed can result in, well, the issue at hand. The modes menu also ties in very well with the theme, but there are very obvious alignment issues here. Moving on to the mods, we're seeing the same issue I mentioned before with font readability. With prior context to what goes where, this is easily readable, but for somebody who doesn't have the mod positions memorized, this could be quite annoying to work with. For example, what the heck are these? That being said, I do enjoy how the mods look, nice and simple but still sticking to a rather over-the-top theme. The ranking screen is where the previously mentioned font issue really comes into play. I genuinely had to mute the game audio and stare at the text on the ranking graph to be able to read it. Outside of that issue, the ranking screen makes perfect use of the theme, but I do have an issue with the font used for the score numbers and accuracy bursts. While it does fit the claimed retro theme, I'd like to think this skin is more Outrun themed. Within that context, the pixelated font looks out of place. The ranking letters use the same design as the mods, only with the background triangle at a different angle. Gameplay for this skin is very well made, but it suffers from the same pixelated font issue I mentioned in the ranking screen. It just feels so out of place, breaking both the Outrun theme and the glowy aesthetic present throughout the rest of the skin. The skip button isn't usually mentioned in these reviews, and it's like that for a reason. In my experience, most skins have a low effort skip button that was clearly added as an afterthought. However, this skip button really stands out. It makes me wish that this flickering neon light effect was utilized more throughout the skin. The health bar for this skin features an area for your username and profile picture if you're the kind of person who enjoys that customization. The health bar is very easy to see in your peripherals without taking your eyes off the gameplay. That being said, the glow applied to the outside of the approach circles make reading this skin quite difficult to begin with. I won't list this as a con, since this skin is clearly not aiming to be the next best minimalist gameplay skin. The cursor for this skin is very interesting. Despite being different from the usual circle, I find it easier to use when it comes to more flow-based maps. All of that aside though, it's a very pretty cursor that fits in well with the theme. The key input overlay feels asymmetric due to that glow taking away some of the background image, but other than that, it's a good looking overlay that fits the theme. I have very mixed feelings about this skin spinner. While it looks nice, it's extremely obstructive and provides little to no feedback while spinning. In fact, the only way to gauge your speed without using the RPM meter is the small black lines placed in the white outline. On top of that, the image is quite large, and that being paired with the lack of a dot in the center can make it difficult to get high speed, tight spins. For the song selection, I'll give this skin a 4.5 out of 5. It had its problems, but overall it's amazing to look at and had a very firm grasp on what it wants to be. For the ranking screen, a 3 out of 5. This had some minor consistency issues, but overall was pretty decent. For the gameplay, a 4 out of 5. I can say that there's just some consistency issues and minor errors, but I'd just be repeating myself. Overall, this skin has earned a 4 out of 5. For visuals, I'll give this skin a 4.5 out of 5. If the skinner didn't use that pixelated font, it would have scored a 5. For playability, a 2 out of 5. It's definitely playable, but I would actively avoid using it for that purpose. What do you think of this skin? What do you think of my review? Let us know using the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, let us know by leaving a like. If you want to see more of our content, be sure to subscribe. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for another review.